any government wants to apply this Hindu Marriage Act to the specific scheduled tribe areas or specific persons of specific set of tribe, so then the government first has to issue a notification in the public gazette, government gazette, that so and so act is applying to the separate set of the scheduled tribes. Then it will be applied. So without making a notification in the gazette, no, this act cannot be applied to the scheduled tribes, that we can say it. So now coming to this subsection 3 of section 2, the expression Hindu in any portion of this act shall be construed as if it is included a person who, though not a Hindu by religion, is nevertheless a person to whom this act applies by virtue of provisions of this section. This act says that this section, subsection 3 of section 2 says that though he is not a Hindu by religion, this act will be made applied to him unless it is proved that he is belonging to some other religion. So now coming to section 3 of the Hindu Marriage Act, wherein we will see the different definition part, the definitions for different terms. That means now coming to the section 3, which is the definition part, in this act, unless the context otherwise requires, the expression custom and usage signifies. Here we can see that the custom, what is custom and usage? So a custom and usage signifies any rule. Custom and usage means any rule which has been constantly followed from the many years without any interruption or something else, without any disturbance. So from the olden days to present days, that the custom or usage has to be followed by the specific religion, specific community or specific persons, set of persons, that should not be disturbed. Without any disturbance, it should be followed from then to till this day. So that thing is mentioned in this. And how a custom and usage should be means, a custom and usage shall not be opposite to, it should not be opposite to a public policy. It should be reasonable but not unreasonable, and it should be certain, specific ground. In this we can see that for example, for this section 3 subsection A, we can discuss an example. Like for in some areas we can see that like in some tribals we can see we have been hearing some atrocities against women in the tribal areas, like before marrying her husband, she has to we can literally say like dating, she has to date with her husband's father, which is highly unacceptable thing. So but as per their customs and usages, that is the practice that has been followed by them. So such type of custom which is opposite to public policy and which is unreasonable. So see, she is marrying a person who is she is marrying a person, but there is no need for her to have to be with her father-in-law before marrying her husband. So that kind of things are unreasonable. So this should not, that kind of customs or usages should not be, that cannot be treated as a custom and usage. That is the section 3 subsection A. So a custom and usages rule shall be certain. It should be certain, unreasonable. Should not be unreasonable, and it should not oppose to the public policy. Coming to in definition part, subsection B of section 3, it is wherein it was mentioned as a district court. District court means a city civil court. A senior civil judge court. It may come city. This is a matter relating to civil matter. So that is the reason why the courts which will deal with these acts are relating only specifically relating to this civil matters, right? So city civil court will be the district court. So city district court means a city civil court. It may come like the jurisdiction depends upon uh, like area and the nature of the relief which we are asking. So if you are filing, if any party is filing a suit for a declaration, it can be filed before any even before a junior civil court also. And coming to this, when we are filing a matrimonial issues, I mean matrimonial litigation to the persons who are residing in the rural areas. So rural areas are where the family court is not established. So ultimately, the jurisdiction vests with the senior civil judge court, and wherein the family court establishes, because family court will be established in the places where the population is more than 1 million. So in such cases, directly the family court will be having the jurisdiction, and it is the district court. Obviously, we all know that it is a district court. So the jurisdiction is conferred upon the family court to entertain these family matters. So in all those cases, for all the matters relating to this urban jurisdiction or metropolitan jurisdiction, the family courts will be having the command over all the courts, and the litigation has to be filed before the family court only, and junior civil judge courts, the other civil courts, jurisdiction will be ousted. Now coming to full blood, half blood, and this uterine blood. So uterine blood is discussed in 3 subsection D. Half blood, full blood is discussed in 3 subsection C. What is full blood? What is half blood? I will say an example. A is a husband, B is a wife. A is a husband, B is a wife. They have C and D are children. So their marriage is a legitimate marriage, and the children are C and D, who are full blood, because one father, one mother, and their children are C and D are full blood. Now coming to what is half blood. Half blood means A is a husband, B and C are wives. So it may be the marriage at the time, I mean, marriage was solemnized in presence of either persons. I mean, like B marriage was done as in the presence of C, like another wife. So A is the husband, B and C are the wives. So A, B. For A and B, the children are 1 and 2. For C and D, I mean, for A and C, the children are 3 and 4. Here, 1 and 2 are full blood, 3 and 4 are full blood. For 1 and 2, 3 and 4 are half blood. So they are related by 2 mothers for 1 father. So in that case, we will term such relationships as a half blood. So it's not a full blood, it's half blood. These terms should be remembered because it is very important. These terms are used for even succession act also, in the succession act also. Now coming to uterine blood. Uterine blood means which is opposite. Hello?
Sir, once repeat. Half blood.
Sir.
Sir, half blood గురించి చెప్పరా?
Half blood. So please listen. Half blood గురించి చెప్తా చూడండి. A okay. A B okay. C. ప్లీజ్ మెన్షన్ ఇట్ అండి. ప్లీజ్ నోట్ ఇట్ డౌన్. మీకు పేపర్ ఉంటే పేపర్ రాసుకోండి, చెప్తాను. ఏ బి సి. సో ఏ ఈజ్ ద హస్బెండ్, బి అండ్ సి ఆర్ ది వైఫ్స్, భార్యలు. ఏ వచ్చి భర్త, బి అండ్ సి వచ్చి భార్యలు. ఏ నుంచి బి ఒకే భార్య ద్వారా కలిగినటువంటి సంతానం ఉంటే ఫుల్ బ్లడ్ అండి. ఇద్దరు భార్యల ద్వారా కలిగినట్టు సంతానం ఏమవుతారంటే హాఫ్ బ్లడ్ అవుతారండి. సో ఇప్పుడు ఏంటంటే ఏకి బి అండ్ సి ఆర్ ది వైఫ్స్. సో వాళ్ళకి ఇద్దరిద్దరు పిల్లలు 1 and 2, 3 and 4. సో 1 and 2, 3 and 4 వీళ్ళంతా ఏమవుతారంటే దే ఆర్ రిలేటెడ్ బై హాఫ్ బ్లడ్, నాట్ బై ఫుల్ బ్లడ్. సార్ అర్థమైందా సార్ మీకు అది?
సార్ అర్థమైంది, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
సో దట్ ఈస్ హాఫ్ బ్లడ్. Now coming to uterine blood. Uterine blood means we can the word we can understand it clearly from the word itself. That is, uterine means uterus for a woman. So a woman who marries two husbands. So the children who born to that woman, that means first husband and second husband. The children born to that woman from two husbands, the children are related by uterine blood. Children are related by uterine blood. So now we can see now we can see that it is mentioned wherein in clauses C and D, ancestor includes the father and ancestors means the mother. That is mentioned in for clarification they have mentioned in the act like that. Now we can see that F Sapinda relationship with reference to any person. Sapinda means same pinda, mean from a common person, common ancestor. When two persons are related through a common ancestor, that is from the mother's side, it is three generations. From the father's side, it is fifth generation. So why I am saying this is, if a person is going to marry a woman or a woman is going to marry a person, if it is seen from his mother's side, it should be considered, it should be calculated from the ascent. That means A is a person who is going to marry B. So if he calculates the relationship with the B, that means for fifth generation, for 5 generations for his father's side, that is yes, A is the first generation, B his father is the second generation, C is his father, I mean grandfather, and D and E. So we have to go from the bottom to the ascend from the bottom in a ascending manner, not from the descending manner, not from the old to present. We have to go from the present to old. We have to go in a ascending manner from the present generations to the ancestors for 5 generations. That is from the father side, and from the mother side, it is for the three generations. If that person who is going to marry is falling under this 5 generations from the father side and 3 generations from the mother side, she will be treated as a sapinda. She will be treated as a sapinda, and they are sharing the common ancestor. So such relationships are prohibited under the Hindu Marriage Act. Next, coming